And this question is for all three of you. Maurice, let's start with you. What advice, what steps should business leaders really be taking when navigating the energy transition?
Many business leaders operate across regions and countries. And I think, as we said before, we've seen a bit of divergence in the way countries are coming at their energy goals. So for us, what business leaders really need to think hard about what they do is investing and thinking about carefully aligning those investments to what is important to that country, to the national goals. Sumant mentioned previously that you can find ways to align to those and foster the energy transition, the clean energy goals. The biggest focus for many of these countries is around energy security. And if you produce energy at home, that's one of the best ways to ensure energy security, and that's through things like solar and wind. So companies need to align to those national priorities, to think about differing approaches by country, by region, and not try to do the same thing everywhere.
Three quick points. One is policy uncertainty and the lack of policy durability. That's becoming an increasing problem, not only in the United States, but elsewhere. That's a hard environment in which to invest. The second is a trend in the US on both sides of the aisle and in other countries as well to a more active intervention of the state in private enterprise when it comes to the energy sector. In the name of economic security, in the name of national security, we're seeing governments intervene in markets with equity investments, with restrictions on trade and supply chains, and that's going to be a really important consideration for businesses. And against that backdrop is this kind of new era of concern about energy security, geopolitical competition, rivalry between great powers, economic fragmentation after several decades of more globalization and cooperation. And that's an entirely different landscape for businesses to think about their global supply chains and investments around the world.
I think corporate leaders have to do three things as well. Number one is they have to educate themselves, because the energy system is moving at lightning pace right now. There are lots of new things that are coming up, lots of relative changes in different generating sources and so on. And so I think the first thing is business leaders really need to step up and understand what's really happening around them. The second thing is they need to understand their national context, because as was said earlier, some countries have fossil fuels, some don't. In some countries, solar is cheap, in some countries, wind is cheaper. Some countries have a national grid that can be expanded easily, some don't. So I think the solutions that are available in every country is different from one to the other. The third thing I think corporate leaders need to do is to step up and take leadership. We haven't talked about climate, but climate is a very pressing matter around us. It was, in fact, the genesis of the clean energy transition. Now, of course, the energy transition is moving forward because of affordability and security reasons as well. But that's still a pressing requirement for the world as a whole. And I think the corporates around the world emit almost 2/3 of all carbon emissions. And so I think corporate leaders really need to step up and really start looking at all their carbon emissions and see what they can do about it.
Thank you all so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.